Hey, I'm Swendy, and thanks for checking out my Oni Bae model. I'm going to give you a rundown of what you might need to know to work with this texture system. Also, this is my first base. I'm probably not going to be providing much like fixing after I set it up, because I really just want to move on to new things. I have ideas and stuff that I want to do, and I've already spent several months on this. She's just meant to be like a kissable, cute base, easy for beginners to, I don't know, fuck with. The texture style is not a typical like UV unwrap style of texture. It's something that I'm going to call vertex shading. It's a technique that was taught to me by the genius who made this model that you're looking at currently. So vertex shading is something that's used on this. It's not UV wrapped, and it's got really good results as long as you do it properly and as long as your textures are pretty smooth. What it means to have vertex shading is that the faces and vertices are just sampling along these color strips that you can see over here. I've roughly mapped out where everything is, and I'll show you the UVs later and you can look at them. They sample along these gradient strips. If you want to easily recolor these things, I would just recommend opening up the layers that I gave you actually in the download. Once you open up those files from the download, you can recolor on the layers that I've provided. Anything that can open a PSD clip, I think Krita can open a PSD, obviously Photoshop can open up a PSD file, and you can edit these swatches yourself to be whatever colors you want. Some important things to note is that the area around the lips should match this area indicated over here. It'll look a little bit funny if it doesn't, so I would just color pick whatever you have underneath the lips and then just like airbrush blend that particular spot. You'll see how it turns out, but I hope that it's pretty easy for you to tackle and make changes to. If you wanted to try and just actually like reskin the whole thing and give it a proper UV texture, go for it. I don't mind at all. I don't think that I'll be doing that myself, but I'm not gonna stop you. If you wanted to add your changes to the color wheel that I have set up, all you have to do is either edit an existing animation. I've labeled all of the animation names according to the color. You just go in, you can change the color name, you can drop the new texture into the corresponding materials, and then once the materials have been updated with your texture, you would open up the animation, press record, and then swap out the textures that you want to change. And then it'll show up on your color wheel. You shouldn't have to do any more setup after that. And I think that should pretty well cover it. Let me give you a quick tour of UVs. So the UVs are these little white strips. You would take the faces and squash them flat and arrange them along the gradient as you see fit. It's best to use like a soft selection. So in Maya it's called soft selection. I forget what it's called in Blender, but you should be able to just like gradually change the colors this way. It's, again, all based around the vertices. So you can select a single vertice, you can select an edge, you can select a face. It's just going to assign the color according to where you put it on this texture. I did do like a little bit of half and half where you can see that the iris and the lips are like more of a UV style texture. I apologize. The lip one, here, I'll show you. The lip one is a little bit fucked, but like I said, I'm not gonna fix it. It works, and that's all I care about. This is my first base, and I apologize for any inconvenience, but I really want to move on to other things. So I hope you have fun with it. I had so much fun with it. I do hope that you enjoy it. I am enjoying running around in VR chat with this. It's really fun. I really love how it turned out, and I don't know, how much more yapping can I possibly do about this? Good luck. Enjoy the process. I'm blinking. Never mind. Get back to work, I guess. Or whatever. Goodbye!